Inferno is done, and it is Sprout that comes out on top. Not their map pick, of course, but now we get to flip the page over to Train, which is their map pick. So I guess we should start to tell you a little bit about what's going on here. This is the GG.Bet Cologne Invitational. At the end of this week, one of these 8 teams will be going on into playing at the ESL ONE Colonge 2019 in Cologne.
Yeah.
So
nailed it.
Nailed that. My name is Trace. This is Halvor. We're going to be your commentators. I will be stepping out, I believe, on Saturday. Yep. The young man Dinko will be jumping in here. Excited for that. But in the meantime, we have a second map of best of 3 here. Sprout and Spirit going head-to-head. This is a winner's match. If you didn't know this, Liquid really did drop the ball earlier against Spirit. And now they will find themselves in an elimination match after this. So already a mouthful right there, but that's just the way that this kind of turned out.
Yeah, and it's been chaotic to start things off. But I guess we're seeing, or we might be seeing, I guess, things even out a little bit, depending on how this second map plays out. So far, though, map 1, Sprout looking pretty comfortable, even though they had a couple of scares here and there. I guess more of the same than from what we saw versus No Chance in their first matchup. So they're following, I guess, their game plan.
Like, I mean, just before we get into the second map, right, let's talk about this next best of 3, because I just don't see a world where Liquid just
bombs out.
Yeah, just oofs it that bad, you know? But I guess it's possible. Don't ever want to say never.
Exactly, right? Like, I would have said, surely they're never losing to Spirit. Even if it's a best of 1, even if it's all this.
Even if it's an 11-4 first half, and even if you go into overtime, you still... Anyway, point being, yes, Liquid will have another shot at this. And right now, who's sitting pretty is Spirit and Sprout having won their first matchups. So No Chance also waiting down there in that elimination match. Would you say there's a chance?
There's always a chance.
Yeah, but what if there's no chance?
I mean, then they've played themselves, right?
Yes, then you played yourself. We are ready to get into the second map. Should be sooner rather than later. But I want to invite you to get involved on social media. Go ahead and tag us in it. But more importantly, use hashtag Maincast, because that's the way we're going to be able to see your tweets, potentially even pulling them up on stream. I can't guarantee that. Hell, don't even know if it's really possible. But we'll see what we can do. So go ahead and get your tweets out there, and let's see what you're thinking right now in this moment. I've asked you to send food pics. Didn't really get a whole lot of those, so perhaps... I guess now is the opportunity for you to rectify that problem. Yeah.
Let's get to work on that. We had you did get one in from, what was it? I wanted to say Eric Bachman, but that's...
Doug
Bachman?
Anyway.
It was Bachman, at least.
Yeah, it sounds right. It sounds like a Doug something. You know what we could do? We could do something weird here. I could just go straight to Twitch chat and just start talking to you directly.
Why not?
I mean, we are at that point. There's a little bit of a delay, but we could do that. I mean, there's a guy right here saying, can you... kiss my lips. I'm going to have to say no. And it's, nothing personal. It's not you, it's me. So ultimately, I'm not going to be doing that. Anything else standing out to you in the Twitch chat there? I
mean, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't even see that.
This is a good one. This guy with the burner account, right? His actual name is burner_ACC says, Liquid got invited to Cologne and declined, so someone else took their spot. Now, that is an interesting idea. We did talk about it before. Yep. Liquid did get invited to Cologne, turned it down, and now they're battling through a qualifier to play at Cologne. Don't really know how that all kind of came about, but if there's one event you don't want to miss, it's going to be ESL ONE Colonge. Always a packed atmosphere. The LAN-XS Arena is just something... you
have to experience.
Yeah, it's quite spiritual in its own way. If you really think about it, it really is one of the best CSGO events, one of the best esports events I think that there is to offer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nonetheless, Train on the cards now. So let's stop all the jibber-jabbing, jaw-jacking, and let's get into this matchup, Halvor.
Well, let's do that. Sprout's going to start on the CT side of Train. And we'll see if they'll have a dominant half or not. Right now, though, Spirit making their way quickly out into yard. They're going to get quickly stopped as well.
Later.
Just immediately... whatever smokes and whatnot that have landed aren't really doing the trick. It's only Sotfik left. Well, I said that. Actually, it's only Sumdai Young left. He's going to fall.
Even that, really.
Yeah, it's going to live up to his name. Keto with a solid pistol round right there. That was quick.
That it was. Not a whole lot for Spirit to show in that round. Decider being Mirage, but Spirit have to battle through Train first. And again, Sprout's pick, so... I don't want to say the odds, but there they are, Halvor.
Yeah, 1.35 for Sprout. Understandably, they're not going to go up with Sprout winning that first map and now going into their map pick. We'll see, though, if Spirit can give us another surprise here. Although I will say it might be a little bit harder in a best-of-3 series than a best-of-1. Maybe a bit aggressive over towards Ivy, seeing if he can find any sort of, you know, not well-equipped Spirit players. That's not going to be the case. They've all moved on towards that inner bomb site. There are 2 players on the Sprout side there, ready to receive, though. Oh, received the bullet straight to the head, at least. Spitty, Searson working in tandem to find at least 3 frags. Bomb's not gone down yet. It's been dropped in lower, and with that, rotations just come in, and Sprout pick up an easy second round. So finally not seeing, I guess, the usual shenanigans we've seen with Sprouts and actually dealing with anti-ecos. That's been a pretty, well, disastrous display up to this point, constantly losing 3 to 4 players, just not really being in control of the situation. Seem to have sorted it out. On we go. Nonetheless, though, Spirit, even without bomb plants, they're going to decide to opt in for a buy here. Limited utility, but definitely have the weaponry to take this fight.
Three, 6 Mafia. Anyway, just had to get that out there.
Yep.
Okay, Kona and all. Let's go ahead and look into what will be the 3rd round. Sprout not really having to upgrade here, but I suppose they could, not to mention the head armor. They're going to play a lot more forward position. Really nice shot there from Chopper to kind of keep things opened up for the side of Spirit. The first casualty is going to be Faven. And still, Spirit have congregated up towards this Ivy area, the bomb as well. They've been pushed out of T connector. They can't really get out. This is going to be that of Mirbit playing very close to the MP9. Would be a disasterful push, but odds are he'd get 1, maybe be done after that. They're going to elect to go Ivy instead. No one playing here, but Keto playing it towards the bomb train itself. Spots 1, gets a spray down, goes for 2, grabs 3, makes it look easy. All headshots, of course. Some Die Young and Sotvik now find themselves in a real awkward situation. Mirbit finally falls. He hung around that connector for what felt like forever, and with 20 seconds left on the clock, bomb down at Ivy. The spray's coming down on T connector. That is all she wrote. Sprout grab a 3rd, and as we go to the 4th, Spirit, ouch.
Yeah. Having a man advantage, not being able to utilize it to its full advantage, largely thanks to Keto. Keto's really been the guy to set the tone for Sprout in all of their maps so far. Seemingly doesn't want to let go on train either. Really nicely done there with the 3K. See the power of the AUG, especially on a map like Train as well. It's going to just be lending itself to so many situations where it's just by far superior weapon to the M4.
Vastly superior machine is Faven with the AWP.
Well,
look at this, just dismantling him. Of course, as we said, not a whole lot of money there, just some deagles with the 2 remaining Spirit players and SDY and I Disbalance.
It's the most hopeful jump I've seen in a while. And Faven's going to find a 3rd as well.
So they'll be buying up into this next round, which is a little bit more hopeful. As it stands, it's 4-0 for Sprout.
Utility this time around 2. We'll see what they can actually make use of. On the side of Team Spirit, I Disbalance with that op. Does actually opt to get head Kevlar instead of any sort of utility. It's fair enough when you're going up against the CT side. I'll see how they decide to go about this. Grand Mirbit aggressively postured over towards Ivy. He's going to get flashed in. Here's the op at least. Doesn't actually wide out into it. Throws out an 8. A little bit of chip damage. It's actually just going to remain as well. Question is if he actually decides to push aggressively into the corner behind the containers. And still 2 players on that inner bomb site. Searson's gotten into a super aggressive position here. Up in dark walls. Could potentially let Spirit members go past. Or decide to go for the full challenge. Either way, a lot of information gained on the side of Sprout early on. Spirit setting up their utility. Out we go. 3 smokes all over yard. Faven still able to find the first opening, though, before the smoke lands.
That he is. Still keeping the ball in the court of Sprout. And that's not going to slow down anytime soon, especially when you have the AUG spraying from a distance, ringing out. And as the bell continues to sound, it's some Young and I disbalance trying to silence it. But even that's going to fall short. This one's going swiftly in the way of Sprout thus far, only dropping Spitty. And even he contributed to the round with 1 frag before he fell. So pause coming in. You have to think it's team spirit here at this moment saying, you know what, guys?
Probably want to play 5v5.
Probably everybody just needs to cool it. Cool your jets. Relax.
Coldy, get back on the server. All that kind of stuff.
That would help. Yeah.
The usual. We'll see, though. But yeah, definitely not the ideal start from Spirit. So they started off 3 maps we've seen them in so far in a rather slow fashion. Not what you want, but it's what they're left with.
Whoa.
Trippy.
That sounded kind of cool. Ah.
Back to the Zeus. Stewie's not on the server, so.
And no Zeuses, I don't think. I don't see any Zeuses.
No.
Still waiting on a player here to reconnect. Could go back to talking chat, but that's only for when we're here on camera. It's a lot more fun that way.
I have to keep in mind there's like a, what, how long is the delay?
There's quite a bit of delay.
Yeah.
We could bring in some news here for this GG.Bet Cologne Invitational.
Oh, yeah, a bit of an update, right?
Bit of an update. Wendigo was slotted to play here, but it's Wendigo that have forfeited their invitational slot, which has now been sent over to Fours. And this actually all comes down to the fact that
Wendigo are in Portugal, right?
yes, they're at the Mochi XL esport event, and there's just simply no way for that to happen. So Fours will take their position, and I
Slotted
suppose
into a Group B, right, with Hellraisers and those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Force not a bad team at all, actually. Pretty good replacement side to find, I'd say. I think they might actually raise some eyebrows.
Well, CIS ready to get another crack at it and be a good representative in Cologne. One of the underdogs you could even look at slightly.
Oh.
But they've got to make it first.
If I'm not mistaken, they won Copenhagen Games this year.
That's a pretty big feat.
Side. Yeah, so we've seen that. I mean, if you go back to what would be Imperial won the year before, that then ended up becoming what is now Valiance, or whatever you want to call the new team. So yeah, it's like a nice springboard, that kind of thing. Tells you that there's definitely some talent growing. You know, to be fair, we do have some pretty significant CIS talent on the server as of right now. Talked plenty about some Young up to this point, for good reason. We'll see. It seems like Coldy has found his way back onto the server. And that's a good start.
Yes, that is a step in the right direction. Coldian. Smiley face, a sideways one, just so that way, if he does in fact get a frag, it's probably a little tilted, sort of like the smiley itself. Tilting.
I think it would be more tilted by the guy having Naruto as his clan tag.
Yeah, I can see where that would probably.
No. There we go. Back into the action. No weapons really on the side of Spirit this time. But a fair bit of flashes, actually, and a couple of smokes as well. Sursin. Ooh. You wanted to go back for more. That was not the play. That's an op up for grabs. Pretty early into the round as well. Idis Balance might be looking to do some work with this one. Curious if they're going to let him kind of lead the charge, or if they're going to use some of the pistols as a bit of a meat shield. But regardless, they're going to back out at least from the inner bomb site. See what they can work with. Mirrit, again, very aggressive towards Ivy. Hasn't spotted anything yet. He actually might run into an opper. Well, speaking of, it's a second man down for Sprout. These attempts to find information not panning out for them at all. Faven trying his luck, potentially. They're still split up. There's a 3-man stack. No, 2-man stack on the side of... Oh, there we go. Faven with frag onto Coldy.
Yeah, and he's just got to get out of there. Just barely does it, too. There's 3 members of Spirit here still postured over towards the Ivy area. Meanwhile, it's going to be that of Some Die Young, finding himself in the halls. Faven might have his work cut out for him. That Molotov should buy a little bit more time, and there isn't a whole lot to work with. The smoke does have to extinguish it. They do have to go through this. A flash comes out, directs the shot, can't seem to stop the frag, but this might be enough right here. The spray does it, drops the bomb. He knows it with the timer. There's simply no way that that would have turned around in the way of Spirit. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a 6th round on the board for Sprout. Budding early here.
Bringing it back.
Kicking it old school, as Henry Greer would say. Old school for life.
Old school for life. And, well, Spirit still in a pretty, I guess, usual state when it comes to the odds from GG.Bet. 5.66 in favor of them winning at this stage, and it's probably not going to get any better with the way Sprout are playing. Feeling really comfortable on this CT setup train so far.
And, I mean, yes, this is a buy round here for Team Spirit. It just also reminds me that you guys can go to csgo.net and use code Cologne to get 30% more of the balance and win some cool skins.
Yeah.
Official partner here of Maincast.
Ooh, Faven.
Boom!
All right,
Second one for Faven. Nice shots there. Should be quite a bit of work done for him. His teammates now on the rotation. My disbalance is going to try to balance it out just a little bit. Try to even it up as he holds on to what little bit of ground Spirit have gained in this round, which isn't a whole lot.
Oh,
That's Searson, my God. See you later. Some Die Young. And by that, I mean, with a minute still left in the round, he's out. I disbalance with AWP and 1 frag. Molotov, grenade.
Bomb.
And a bomb. But half health at best. What's he going to do? That's the real question. Holding this T connector over towards Z. Just hoping to get a pick there. No one showed face. Did spot there towards the train stop. Searson is just too quick with it right now.
Seems like everyone on the side of Sprout is just a little bit too quick for Spirit to deal with right now. Faven, who we, I guess, haven't seen too much of in the first 2 matchups. Not really been someone's name we've been shouting from the rooftops.
Yep.
Been really getting into it, playing these long lines on the outside train yard. That double op setup that we really didn't see get tested too much on Dust 2 versus No Chance. Here, though, on train, really coming into his own. Keto as well, obviously, 11, 2, and 1. He's been having a series and a half. Spirit. Majority of their side, moving towards that inner bomb site. Black walls. Bit of a smoke fake being deployed out towards the yard for now. See if they actually manage to hold any rotations. That Keto aggressive pop setup is going to find Chopper as he tries to venture into yard. Actually smokes off pop as well. Perfect timing, too.
And yet again, we find ourselves at a disadvantage for Team Spirit. Not much balance. Quite the disbalance, actually.
Sotfik.
And a very, very lackluster peak there from
Yeah.
Sotfik. He does fall, and what looked like chaos and pandemonium going on his end of the screen.
Well, not really a whole lot of options that they have going for them. They have 1 smoke, and they're going to use that down lower ramp, most likely. See if they can find anything at all. But there's already 2 players on the side of Sprout here. Searson covering off higher. Speedy to cover up lower. That's going to be, well, not the most fun adventure these Spirit players have been on.
Yep, Spitty cleaning them up as they try to go out lower, and an 8th round on the board here for Sprout. 8 in a row on train in their map pick, so you'd expect this to be the way it goes.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it 16-0, but there used to be this thing called the Skatheory, right? Skadoodle thought of this, as far as I know.
Skatheory, all right, yeah.
Called a Skatheory. A team would get to somewhere between the 6, 7, 8 round mark, and then the other team would win a round. Just given. Like, doesn't matter what side. Obviously, this would be the last chance for this theory to come true here. But shout out Skadoodle, Tyler Latham, for his genius level
Of insight.
scientific study there, whatever research he had to back that. Pop flash coming out for Ivy. They're going to find one, but
Pulls
for
up a
some
flash?
reason, yeah,
All
for
right.
some reason does switch over to the flash. Don't worry, Faven's there to keep things in order.
Okay, then. Chopper's just on a wild mission out from Olaf.
But Faven knows this player's on the right side of Ivy. Does see the flash and the shot as well.
Well,
Just get your hopes and dreams stomped all over. The only spirit around here is Casper, because this team is getting beat up on right now. It's 9-0, Halvor.
Yeah, and it's not even been that competitive about the rounds either.
Not even Friendly Ghost.
No, this is the kind of ghost that haunts you.
Yeah.
Every time you try to go to sleep, under your bed, in your closet.
And Sprout want Sprout want to do this like they're doing right now. They want to set a presence. Faven's just going to take this game into his own hands, I suppose. The problem now is, even if Spirit do win a round, there's just so much money for Sprout. They'll buy out the rest of the half.
Pretty much. Doing such a good job of keeping people alive, especially the ones that are using an op. Searson sitting at 13.2K. It's going to be perfectly fine. Well, I mean, it's not very likely that they're going to go in a 6-round losing streak either, right? Like with the way they've been playing so far.
Never say never, my friend. Looks like they want to go inside this round. Going to run into yet another op there. Can't seem to get the second shot off, but Searson is able to take one down before he goes.
That's a sign of someone who's just feeling it, right?
Yeah,
You've
let's
yet
just
to be
hold lower.
punished, so
just hold
go back.
Lower completely with the AWP. What that has done, though, is split the defense here. They do have one player in ladder, so should they want to rotate out, should Spirit want to go outside, they will run right into a player, and they do. They run into him, take him out.
Why haven't they just done that all along?
That's what I'm saying, you know, just make it easy on yourself, but instead they're going to leave it all up to Sotvik, who does hit a nice shot there towards Ivy on Mirabit. Now, still into Faven. Will everyone peak? 10-0.
Faven's been going off so far. I think that was his 15th or 14th frag.
He's living it, man.
He is. Really, really is. We'll see if he's going to be able to maintain that for the rest of the half. So far, it's proving to be pretty successful. 10 rounds in a row for Sprout. Keto as well, even though we didn't find anything in Pop Dog that round. Also fragging out. Well, Spirit. Win percentage-wise, it was looking pretty nice. On train, 80% win rate. That not looking to maintain as of right now as Coldy gets tagged. That's through the wall as well, and out we go. It's been spotted. Smokes are down, though. Finally, some ground being made. Some ground has been made. It's all not leading to any kills. They do get a bomb plant, which is the first time in quite some time, actually. I'm just trying to scramble my head as to when the last time they managed to do something like that.
Yeah, they got the bomb planted. That's not. It's kind of a step in the right direction, I suppose.
I was about to say, like, probably not that weird that I couldn't remember when the last time was, because that was the first bomb plant they've gotten all game. And yeah, that kind of just paints a picture of how dominant Sprout have been so far. Not really letting Spirit have any sort of breathing room, not even getting close to sights for the better part of it.
One-sided affair here.
Yeah. Well, Sprout playing really, really well. This double op setup just can't be contested, seemingly. So, I mean, if it works for the CTs, why not try it on the T side? That seems to be the mentality of Team Spirit right now. Coldy picking up that second op.
Look at this.
Keto's inside main.
Just goes for the peak. I mean, this is how you can tell that the confidence is actually peaking on the side of Spirit.
Yeah.
They've got Spirit beat all the way back there into their main. Look at this. They just
Even
keep
more
going.
so.
And they have guns right now. So they're really just getting beat up on. Sprout bullying Spirit. Coldy finally coming online with something there. But is it enough? It's now a 4v3. Still tons of utility for Spirit, perhaps. Just maybe they can turn this around, but wouldn't just put all my eggs in that basket.
Yeah, no, that seems like a bit of a daredevil move.
Absolutely no freedom of movement here from Spirit. They've been punished everywhere they've went.
They probably feel like they can't move anywhere. They've gone towards Ivy. Mirabit's been playing pretty aggressively more or less every single round. They have to use utility to take over that. They're starting to run out. Yeah, it's just been a roadblock all over.
And now, look, Mirabit's going to be able to rotate real quick right into the back lines here. This is going to be a mess if Spiddy is just able to get one.
Let's see how quick he is to react, though. Smoke goes down.
And it does. Smoke out on the lower ramp. Spiddy's going to have to hold behind it. They haven't fully committed here. The bomb will be getting out onto the site, so here the cue for the plant. And what will Spiddy do to sort of turn this around? It won't matter, though. Mirabit will be able to turn tail. And that bomb plant, having been stopped with 10 seconds on the clock, now he's got to stick it. Sumdai Young It's a little too late for that one, my friend. 12-0. Sprout are running away with this one.
Damn. All right, still left with 1 plant so far this entire half.
What would they say, the kids? They'd say something like, yikes, maybe?
I was supposed to say yeet, but that doesn't make sense. But then again,
well, yeet these odds. Wait, is that how that works?
I don't know. Yeah, yeet Spirit chances of coming back into this.
My goodness.
13.5
Get yeeted.
odds for Spirit. We're looking at the same thing versus Liquid. I don't see comeback as likely now.
I don't even know what yeet means. Probably something terrible. Probably going to get fired. Nonetheless, Searson with AWP over on the extremities of the map. This time, he will actually be punished for it. This might be one of the first times we've seen a man advantage for the side of Spirit in quite some time. All of that is okay, though.
Maybe the delayed theory comes true.
Super delayed.
Still counts.
They're going to smoke off towards Connector. Spitty holding fast there behind the bomb train. They've got all 5 members of Team Spirit ready to hit this inside site with the set smokes now out. And it's going to be the spray. Keto can't seem to land them at all. That was a disaster. But holding fast will be Spitty. He's been anchoring the site thus far. Let's see what he can do. Does kind of get caught off guard there. And this is starting to look like it might be around for Spirit. The bomb actually getting planted. I believe it's the second one of the entire game. A 2v4, Spirit crushing the 16-0 Dreams.
Well, there's no reason for Spirit or for Sprout actually to bail out on this. They might as well go for it. So much money on their side. Maybe being pretty cautious though. A little bit surprised by that. Might as well go gung ho. Just gonna hear that step. Easy kill.
Yeah.
And he's actually trying to hold on to this. I'm a little bit.
He wants to take some guns.
Yeah, no.
Which is not necessary. I mean, you could just try to do something crazy. Something strange for a little piece of change. 16-0 Dream dead, though, everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're watching at home. That's what you were hoping for. Well, there's always next time.
We'll see, though. Maybe they can salvage a 16-1. Could be. But at least finally Spirit get on the board. They've managed to make the most out of the man advantage they're given with Searson's initial aggro peak not panning out. I guess angle that he held. Disbalance going for it. Oh, actually, he gets the return shot to his face. Not a headshot, though, so still alive. Keto, is he just going to walk in again? He really wants to walk in again, doesn't he? Yeah, he will. So, Keto deep into T-side territory.
Just running it. You know, they're keeping so much pressure here.
Yeah. It's been pretty ridiculous so far. Last time he, never stopped until Coldy put a bullet to his chest. So that's going to be the case as well. I'll have just set up for this. So maybe Keto has learned that the relentless aggression might not be it.
Well, at this point, you've already made your statement, right? You've already done enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got 12 rounds here.
Pretty much spent a minute of this round already, and Spirit have done nothing in terms of moving about. But finally, Disbalance is going to move into teammate. We'll find Keto as well. So man advantage yet again for Spirit. They really need these rounds.
That they do. 40 seconds on the clock. Trying to fake out something here towards top ladder, but this bomb has taken position here in the halls and over there towards Ivy by himself.
Faven is the one with the op this time, not Searson on inner bomb site.
It really would be, but there's a 4th player missing. The round will play on. Excuse me, a 5th player. And Faven's just going to get smoked by Sotvik jumping out of upper. So it looks like we're going to get a bomb plant here, even though they do have a man down from the looks of it. 10 seconds. Not real. There we go. Okay, bomb finally planted on the inside site. Sotvik pushed all the way up. Will he see the head there over the other side of connector? He won't. So that'll be his demise. And the dink.
Chopper left to his own devices. Not going to be able to win out the duel either. So easy defuse coming in from Sprout there, and probably followed by a pause as Coldy has vacated the premises.
That he has. 13-1 in the last round of the half. Not real sure what the cause of all that is. Maybe they're just getting wrecked so hard that his internet died, but who knows?
Could be. So at this point, you kind of hope that your internet dies. It's like, I don't want to take part in this. I feel so bad.
This don't feel good. But then, I mean, I don't want to say it could become a cop-out, too. Like, oh, well, just kept DCing. Like, okay.
No. Like, they were getting smashed even when he was on the server, so.
That's true.
This has just been Sprout being by far the better team from start to finish. I mean, we talked about Inferno having a couple of crazy rounds, being a little bit back and forth, and a lot of, well, small margins going in the favor of the German team, but that's not really been the case here on Train. Sprout's not put themselves in a position where they've been even remotely close to being pressured. I mean, that's why we're looking at a 13-1 score line. And I mean, as much as we've been surprised and happy to see Spirit mount second half comebacks or at least second half streaks, not giving themselves a lot to work with here. Everything just really working out for Sprout here from an individual point of view as well. Keto, Faven, also Spitty. Spitty's barely been dying, actually, this game. 3 deaths to his name.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Usually a recipe for success.
Usually.
Yeah. Chopper on the side of Spirit, who had pretty valiant effort on Inferno. 30 frags to his name. He's sitting at 2 right now here on Train. That's not what they need.
But here we are, nonetheless, holding fast, 13-1 with a tech pause, undoubtedly here for Team Spirit, as they have one player who is just MIA. You can actually, if you look on the radar right now, he's still hanging out towards Ivy somewhere by himself.
Sneaky spawn, right?
Just kind of cheating the spawn system. Don't really know if that's allowed, but we'll see it kind of go.
We'll go with it, see if they can actually find an opening that way.
Now, barring some miracle, this is the end of the series. Because the miracle would be Spirit running it all the way back, taking us to the decider of Mirage, in which case the world would have actually turned around on its head. And that, well, I just don't see a world where it happens, but, you know, it could.
I think we've already seen like a bit of a miracle one time today.
Yep, by Liquid losing.
Yeah, so I think they're pressing their luck at that point.
Now, I also see some of you saying something about Liquid playing with... well, explicative word, ping, since it's online. Surprise to you, they're in Malta, so they are not playing with bad ping. They're playing with like 60, 50, something like that.
Something to that effect. I think, yeah.
They're not playing from NA. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But they're not playing yet at all. They'll be playing in the next best of 3, slated to start immediately. Well, not immediately following, but pretty shortly after this one concludes. In roughly, oh God, what have I done?
Well.
After this, Liquid no chance in 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, we were expecting to have a bit of a longer break once we saw that first half of Spirit Liquid take place. Liquid just kind of running all over the place.
Indeed. But that's not the case, Halvor. Hate to break it to you, buddy. That's not what Gaben had on the cards.
Really wasn't. Question is if Coldy has it in his cards to be able to come back. Not really sure what it is, if it's an internet issue, PC issue. I'm not sure. Does Coldy live in Kiev? It's so hot in Kiev. I could see like things overheating and just getting cooked.
You know what sounds like a cool place?
What?
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
That sounds like a real cool place.
What makes it sound so cool?
It's first of all, it's Canada, you know, because like that part of it is the fact that it's probably always cool in Canada, you know.
All right. Oh, you mean cool like temperature? All right, fair enough.
The wildlings and whatnot, but I imagine they have a pretty good summer too.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I know very little about Vancouver outside of the fact that they used to have an NBA franchise. No, they don't. And I guess they still have a hockey team, right? The Canucks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I know they have some pretty cool festivals up that way, especially around April.
Moose Festival, Lumberjack Festival.
Probably, yeah. The Hackadart Festival. The Looney and
Is
Tunes
that
Festival.
yeah?
No, I made both of those up. But yeah, there's some cool
They could
festivals
be a real
around
thing.
April, mid-April-ish.
Could be a real thing.
Could be. Also, it could be a thing where we get the 5th in the server and get this underway. If you're just joining us, a tech pause. Obviously, you can't play the game with 4. So instead, what we'll do is sit here in suspense as this very close game of Sprout versus Spirit on the second map of the series. Sprout having won the first, needing to secure 3 more rounds, and we'll have won the second. But it's been a pretty close battle thus far.
You want to hear something really freaky?
Okay.
You know the Olsen twins, right?
Well, I mean, like personally, we used to
You
keep
kind of
touch.
hang out, yeah.
Yeah, we used to keep touch back in high school and stuff. So.
Yeah. Turned 33. How messed up isn't that?
Why have they done that? No, I'm kidding. I get it. Nah, that's pretty wild, really.
Time, man. It's a pretty weird thing.
Time is like a flat circle, okay? A wise man once said that. He's a McConaughey. But nonetheless, GG.Bet Cologne Invitational. At the end of the road, at the end of the tournament this week, one team will be receiving a direct invite into ESL ONE Colonge, which you should go to if you have the opportunity, because it's pretty badass. I'm just going to say it. It's pretty great.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Can't really brush that under a chair.
Nope, you can't put water under the fridge, Havor. Do we have 5? Nope, I've been duped. Sorry.
Nope. Coldy's still leaving his waiting. Let's see what comes of it, though.
Maybe there are some tweets out there. Let's take a look. Hashtag Maincast. You can probably get your tweet up. This would be the ideal time for that, actually.
Most definitely so. Got some time to kill.
Let's just go ahead and see. Nope. Well. Yeah. Well, that was the big wipe sound. Sounds kind of like a jet engine of sorts.
I was kind of hoping that would jet Coldy into the server. That really hasn't happened, has it?
The only wipe that's happening right now is Spirit.
Yeah.
Spirit wiping themselves.
Getting wiped off the server.
Yes, they are, at the very minimum.
Well.
Looks like something is happening. Let's check it out. Let's see what happens right now. Wipe.
Magic.
So you're telling me that aliens, no, I'm kidding. So yeah, we have a bit of a tech problem here. We are missing a player over on the side of Team Spirit. Ultimately missing Team Spirit as a whole because it is now 13-1. They really have not shown up here on Train. This is the second map of the series, the first map going in the way of Sprout, which really does kind of put this into perspective so that you can all understand. Halvor, do you have anything to say at this moment in time?
No, again, it's just kind of waiting for the conclusion, right? Waiting for Sprout to finish off what they started, because it's been pretty one-sided once we got into that second map. I was expecting more of a battle, I'll be honest, but nobody really from this side of Spirit have shown up yet. I mean, Cold even took a walk off the server. Yeah,
had to go for a long walk there. It seems like what we are going to do, I think, is go to a quick break, if that's okay. And then when we come back, hopefully this game will have gotten back underway. It does appear as we are waiting for a player to still get into the server. So don't go anywhere. The conclusion of this series is right around the corner. Make sure you're here with us when we come back. Just kidding. We're not coming back.
Got him. That was a casual debated.
Wrecked. So, what did you catch that?
No, I didn't. But I'm just gonna keep running with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just be kind of sitting here. You know what? I think we go back to the
whole
game. Well, no, we ain't going back.
Or go back to Twitch chat.
We could do that. Twitch chat. Let's see what some of the things you have to say. Probably some outrageous things. So what I'll do is skip on over to here. One of my favorite places.
All right.
All. Now, this is where things get dicey. This is where we start to talk about how we really feel. Now, we talked about the Stanley Cup. We talked about St. Louis Blues winning that. Definitely going to avoid this whole Trump stuns with Oval Office interview. Not even going to touch that. We can continue down here, though. See anything that catches your eyes? Not talking about Hong Kong. A little controversial.
Yeah.
Here's one for you, Halvor. What do you think?
Yeah, I know about that controversial part, right?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of things working for us here? I think also, like, as we're scouring through this, we heard that Coldy's been reconnecting.
Yeah, and I just learned that apparently Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake are a thing, which is crazy. Either way, let's get back into the game. Enough of this jibber-jabbering. Let's get back into what is Train. 13-1 is where we left you, and 13-1 is where we're going to be returning. So, now we're going to see what it is that Coldy brings back into the server.
Hopefully something.
Maybe not a vaccination, but... we'll find out nonetheless.
Well, they're being targeted by all kinds of bad things on the side of Sprout now. In we go. Quick inner push here. Speedy gets out pretty decent utility damage as well. Bomb's going to go down low for Team Spirit, so they finally get to play a post plant without complete chaos. Idis Balance even finds Searson rotating in.
Oof. There we go. Okay, so some work has been done. Bomb has been planted by Spirit. And the retake is going to be on. Sprout have no reason to not go for this now, down to 1v1. Chopper having found a little bit of success in this round. Hell, even Spirit finding some success in this round by getting a bomb plant. Could even be the 3rd or 4th one of the game. It's going to be up to Chopper to kind of run through here and stop this defuse, and they read it like a book. 14-1.
Yeah.
Sprout just kind of having a field day out here, putting a clinic on for that of Team Spirit on Train. Their map pick, of course, for Sprout.
Would you say they've become a tree yet?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're kind of budding in the flower pot at this point. They're kind of really developing as the photosynthesis process has taken place here. Something about glucose and stuff. Anyway, point is, Sprout have certainly found the rhythm and the rhyme on Train. And Spirit with 1 round, if they don't collect a pistol here, I mean,
well, they're screwed.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it is.
It really could be that.
Speedy's sitting at 19-3 right now.
It's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, he's doing pretty all right for himself.
Pistol round, though, this is where things could start to change. The tide, the course of it all, could start to turn the other way. That's on the back of Spirit doing something nice here.
Sprout actually have a Molotov in their arsenal here. Usually when you see that, that is an indication of an inner hit. Pretty much just having that one player up towards higher to kind of deny any sort of defuse attempts. And those vital, well, seconds become vital. It's going to be Speedy just ramming down Idis Balance as he tries to hold an aggressive spot over towards that inner bomb side. That forces Chopper to move inside. Smoke goes down as well.
Yeah, that's going to pull a little bit of attention there towards that inside site. Just one player from Spirit, though. They haven't really pulled a whole lot. The rest of them set up towards Ivy, Coldy being one of those. Does appear as though he's gotten his tech problems all handled.
He's got a whole bunch of other problems to deal with now, mainly being down 14-1.
Yep, that's a whole beast of its own. Grenades coming out there for Sprout. They're going to be using that Molotov towards Ivy instead of inner, which is where exactly the hit is going to be. They have been duped. Spirit have been pulled completely off of this inside site. Keto trying to run up the side hall, up the sidewalk, finding Chopper. Good enough. Will he find 2? Just maybe. He wants to flirt with death. And in that flirting, he does not land home base. Searson does, though. He's able to clean it up. This round is going very well in the favor of Sprout thus far. Someday Young and Coley need to put something together here. 25 seconds left on the bomb timer. Even the big flanks coming in from the side of Sprout. So 2v2. Somehow we've gotten down to an even numbers game. I take it all back. Spitty's too quick with the Glock. And what an awkward exchange of pistol battles there. Coldy somehow, some way.
Doesn't have a kit.
Yep,
oh,
he does have a kit. Does he know where the bomb is? Barely. Just barely. He does get it.
Is not a round you're supposed to lose if you're a Sprout.
Or a round you're supposed to win if you're a Spirit. But hey,
yeah, I mean,
give a little, take a little, you know?
Whichever way you want to look at it, right? Mirbit, no idea how he, well, basically whiffs half a clip really on that big flank. Also, I think one of the things that's been kind of, I guess, a calling card for Keto in this game is that he doesn't really stop ever.
Yeah.
He will get a kill, he will keep holding in W, and he will run with it to the point where it becomes a bit of an issue for them. And another issue is if, well, you've bet on Spirit right now, 13.5 in odds. But they did get the pistol round. Got to start somewhere.
Sprout in no hurry. Rightfully so. They have a very commanding lead. 14-2. Might as well just go ahead and let that round fizzle out. Wasn't going to get much out of that. But with the bomb plant in the first, to be able to buy now, which does help things for their side. So we're going to see the AWP come out on Searson. Been pretty lethal with it thus far. And AKs to the side of that. Good enough utility. Could probably pull a decent execute towards outside. I wonder which side they're going to lean towards. That will be the million-dollar question for Spirit. They're going to have to not give up any rounds here. They're only 2 away from losing the entire series, dropping down into the elimination match. Best of 3.
Once again, Sprout trying to lock down Pop Dog. Something ready to receive. Only an MP9, but works perfectly fine on those kind of distances.
Yeah, holding on to the FAMAS, 2 of them to be exact.
It's never a good feeling, is it?
Deep Molotov there, but Spitty's way ahead of it. They do know he's out now. He's able to find the kill on the Some Die Young towards ladder, and that's going to go a long way in towards taking the outside site should they commit to that. Meantime, even with that one frag, it doesn't seem like Sprout really jolted or jumped to the occasion there. They didn't really just jump about the outside site, but what they have done is caused Team Spirit to play with 3 members outside, 2 towards Ivy, 1 trying to keep an eye on T-Con, and 1 playing solo inner. They don't want to repeat the pistol round where they were able to just get walked on.
Ooh, and I think Coldy might have had a bit of an issue as well. They're down to 3.
Bye.
Sotfik trying to make it through the smoke. Gets found by Keto. 2 remaining players on the side of Spirit. They're going to find themselves on the wrong bomb site for the time being.
Now a player from Team Spirit has DC'd yet again. We'll see what the outcome of that is. But right now, Sprout with 4 players alive and well, healthy in the server almost. Searson took a little bit of damage, but ultimately it's eye lost balance that does take the op shot. And then Chopper will fall to be the last player.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm assuming a pause is going to come in. There we are. That remains to be seen what's going to happen with Coldy this time around.
Yeah. So anyway, where were we?
Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel.
Yes, it's very true. Okay. So this is interesting. In a breakthrough that could save thousands of lives, researchers from the University of British Columbia, or BC for short, have figured out how to convert blood types AB and AB into a universal type O, which all patients can receive in a transfusion regardless of their own blood type. Do you know what blood type you are, Halvor?
I am... Ooh, actually, I think I'm A...
Okay. I'm O positive.
I have a dog tag somewhere that I've kept from my time in the Army that has it on me, but that's, yeah.
Also remember that has my social security number on it. So perhaps we both go find our dog tags at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
Skyrim, dog pictures. Let's see.
Wait, go back 1 page.
Okay.
Kellogg's is using rejected cereal to create a line of beers.
Now that
How does that work?
Ingenuity, ladies and gentlemen of Twitch chat. You are hearing it live right here and direct. Things you didn't think could be possible. But it's true.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are talking about a Stanley Cup, obviously.
Yeah, we've kind of already gone over it, so I feel like maybe just keep going. Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac, a little bit before most all of your time.
1978. You weren't around back then?
Nah, man.
Damn.
Maybe in my past life, but even then, I think it's a little...
Yeah, it didn't go to that concert?
Nope. But it does look like we have a 10 in the server, so that does
damn.
change things just a little bit. We are on the precipice of ending this first series.
You say that, but we might have to come back.
And roughly 58 minutes from the next one after this. So that's going to be Liquid versus No Chance, an elimination matchup.
See where this takes us then. On the side of Team Spirit going into this potentially final round, we're going to have 1 op on iDisbalance, 2 Augs of Amos, and a Colt on Coldy. Sadly, though, for them, they don't really have any utility.
Colty. iDisbalance with the opening kill of the round. It's going to be an AWP to ring out from Ivy. Not a whole lot of utility and absolutely no head armor there for Spirit. But they're going to hold on for as long as they can.
Let's see how long that actually is. Bomb is just dropped inside of White Walls for now, and Speedy goes for the most optimistic weapon retrieval I've seen in quite some time. Favorite's patient will pay off. He can actually get the op now, but seemingly the action is going to take place towards the inner instead. Nobody's really bothered to actually think about the bomb so far on the side of Sprout. Just kind of ran into angles, not been paying off, and Famon's going to go down as well. So they get doubled up on the inner bomb site. Mirbit has gotten himself an op and a bomb. Has a bunch of utility, but has to work through 4 players on the side of Spirit.
K. Kona. Mirbit with the AWP that you speak of. 100 HP in armor. A couple of the fixins there when it comes down to the utility, but for spread thin as Spirit is, they're likely to find individual fights here. They could really give that up like that. 25 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
Mirbit's going to edge his way right into a site potentially now. He's just going to go for the save. Yeah.
I was hoping, because you did bring up a good point. They're spread pretty thin. Chopper could go down 1 shot. Mirbit doesn't necessarily have to take any damage. Get a bomb plant down. Things can get wonky. Instead, though, he's going to be able to hold on to that aid with WP. Nobody from Spirit around. They don't really have that much to work with either in terms of just being economically stable at this stage. So they do bring it back. Who knows? No, who knew? Having 5 players on the server does help.
Who knew? 15-4. They're going to hold on to that op, but they're not going to be able to buy too much around it at all, actually. Going to go for some utility. Wouldn't be surprised to see a couple upgraded pistols. Faven has actually no pistol.
Yep. That's not to be advised. There we go.
Deagle helps.
Mere bit with the Mac 10.
Be pretty devastating for Spirit to lose on this note.
Yeah, but it would kind of go hand in hand with what we've seen so far.
It really would, wouldn't it? You got to think they've got some eco round tricks up their sleeve for Sprout. I mean, they did pick this map. They,
should be well practiced, right? And do have some utility as well on Mirbit since he saved. Ooh, that's a nice flick, but pretty good return as well.
Yeah, good trade there by Faven. He's going to pick up that op. He's pretty lethal with it on their CT side. And by op, I mean AK. I mean, kind of.
Some people, it's the same thing, right?
Kind of made that up a little bit, but.
One-shot kill. At least it's forced a rotation on the side of Spirit. They have to play 2 players on the inner bomb side right now. They might actually just work in. I just balance as a bit of a rotation player. Softic holding it steadily. Mirbit hasn't really moved since the beginning of the round. Still has his utility. This drew a pretty big rotation in the pistol round from Spirit. We'll see if it does the same.
So people that might be wondering why rounds weren't replayed, that's because the round had started and then he had timed out.
Oh, speaking of, I think Coldy might have timed out as you said it. He didn't at least put up much of a fight.
No, he didn't. Searson, what an awkward fight to have taken, but they do get the bomb down somehow, some way. Spitty with the deagle finds one. Can he find more? They did find his escape route, but he grabbed an op in the meantime. He's going to go back down for a peek, and well, that's going to be a fatal flaw. They do drop the round 5 on the board for Spirit. Can they run it back 10 in a row? Halvor, tell me, is it so?
No.
Alrighty then.
I'm not a believer, even though they are putting a couple of rounds on the board. Again, curious to see if Coldy actually had a bit of an issue there or not. He hasn't disappeared from the server, but he just didn't seemingly react to Mirbit jumping out from Ivy.
And then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
Yeah, you still are?
Ooh. Jeez. Sorry, man.
It's going to be one of those nights.
We're working for it, aren't we?
Yeah.
A little bit under 45 minutes to go until the Liquid No Chance game and elimination. Totally unforeseen scenes, but right now we're looking at Sprout trying to close it out here against Spirit 15-5 currently. A lot of utility getting used all around the board. They're going to hear that Molotov go off. He had to make an awkward decision. Decides to take it down to 20 HP for himself. Really wasn't hard enough, so I guess in this moment he really just wanted to take that damage. Wasn't sure if he wanted to go up the ladder or back out. So that does cost him dearly, 80 HP to be exact. In the meantime, it's going to be Sprout that hold up in the halls, and the smokes are going to come out. The fleur-de-lis over that side of Insight.
Chopper misses the first chance of getting a frag. I just balance as well. This could quickly unravel.
Yes, it could. 5v4. Searson trying to take an op battle there from the lower ramp. Almost catches a grenade, but backs out in time. Reads it pretty well. Mirbit with the forward positioning. They have watched the back lines completely. Ladder's covered, but there's no one going to be coming from there. Sprout have this bomb down. It's starting to tick ever so fast. As we approach the 20 seconds left on the timer, Keto Post positioned exactly where he needs to be, and this is all but done unless Coldy cannot lag out. And he doesn't, but it doesn't matter because that, my friends, is a 16-5, and Sprout have actually secured a playoff berth right here. They've done it in one best of one, beating that of Liquid. And now, no, wait, Spirit actually beat Liquid.
Yeah, there you go.
You wouldn't believe it after what we just saw, but yes, that is the truth. Yes, and with that W, that helps them. They move on to the semis.
Yeah, semifinals took down No Chance on Dust 2, and now obviously as we saw Spirit and 2 maps. Still not qualified for Cologne.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of ways to go, and now it's only BO3 series, I guess, for them, so that's probably a good thing. They don't have to be terrified of the best of ones. Yeah, it should be exciting to see who's actually going to follow them out of the group. We do have Liquid versus No Chance coming up in a best of 3. That's going to start at, pretty sure it's 8 o'clock CEST.
I'll cheat for you. Here you go.
Yeah. There you go. So 50 minutes, pretty much, which would be 20 CST. So yeah, we'll be back for that. But for now, I think we're going to send it off to a bit of an extended break. But make sure you're back for the deciding game of the group.
And get all your lulls out before you come back.
That too.